This is Guru Focus Market Today, your afternoon market brief for Monday, August 3. Here's where things stand. Amazon surpassed a $3 trillion market capitalization after reporting strong second-quarter results, with revenue climbing 20% and its AWS cloud business achieving record performance. Shares surged on the earnings news, propelling Amazon into a select group of companies to reach this valuation milestone. The move underscores continued investor enthusiasm for big tech, especially amid robust quarterly growth.
Turning now to the broader markets, major U.S. indices closed near record highs, bolstered by gains in technology stocks and a sharp drop in oil prices, which eased inflation concerns. The Dow Jones Industrial Average surged nearly 700 points, with big tech leading the rally as energy costs retreated. Meanwhile, oil prices fell significantly after President Trump delayed further military action against Iran and voiced optimism about reopening negotiations over the Strait of Hormuz. This decline in oil contributed to the positive sentiment on Wall Street, as energy prices are a key input for inflation expectations.
Another story we're watching is Boeing's long-awaited milestone, as the company secured Federal Aviation Administration certification for its 737 MAX 7 jetliner. This approval follows years of delays and safety reviews, marking a pivotal step for Boeing to expand its MAX family and resume deliveries to customers. Turning to the chip sector, Micron Technology shares dropped sharply amid mounting concerns over aggressive $1.3 trillion spending plans by SK Hynix and Samsung. The increased investment from competitors is intensifying pressure in the global semiconductor industry.
Also making news today, Microsoft shares broke out after the company reported robust cloud revenue growth in its latest quarterly results, boosting investor confidence and further fueling the tech-led rally. On the corporate front, AstraZeneca and Bristol-Myers Squibb are in preliminary discussions about a potential $400 billion merger. If completed, the deal would create one of the world's largest pharmaceutical companies, combining pipelines and global reach. Staying with corporate deals, Visa announced it will acquire Israeli fraud prevention firm BioCatch for $2.4 billion in cash, expanding its cybersecurity capabilities as digital payments continue to grow.
Elsewhere, Palantir Technology shares jumped after the company reported robust growth in its U.S. commercial business, signaling strong demand for its data analytics platforms. Palantir is also scheduled to report earnings after the close, with analysts estimating earnings per share of 31 cents and revenue of $1.8 billion. Turning to the financial sector, J.P. Morgan Chase has pledged over $750 billion through 2035 to increase U.S. housing supply and support home ownership, with a goal to finance 1 million affordable housing units nationwide. Meanwhile, U.S. Treasury yields remained elevated around 4.7%, impacting borrowing costs and prompting investors to reassess allocations between fixed income and equities. In the aviation sector, WestJet and its flight attendants union reached a tentative agreement to end a strike that caused hundreds of flight cancellations across Canada, potentially restoring normal operations in the coming days. Looking ahead to earnings, Caterpillar, Merck, and McDonald's are all scheduled to report tomorrow before the market opens, with analyst estimates pointing to continued scrutiny on industrials, healthcare, and consumer sectors.
Finally, in the IPO market, Ocean Capital Acquisition Corporation is set to debut on the New York Stock Exchange today, with its last price at $9.89. That wraps up today's market update. We'll be back soon with the latest market news. Thanks for listening to the Guru Focus Brief.